let's get into it. Why and when did this new Ferrari appreciation begin? Because last time I saw you, you were having none of it. I was trying to sell you on the Ferrari dream, and you were like, nah, Sam, they're all crap.
All right, so I went to look at I wanted to make a really dope VR video.
Okay.
And literally when I was experimenting with all of that stuff, a friend of mine hits me up and goes, dude, I'm gonna go race in Sonoma my FXXK Evo. Do you want to come with me? And I go, when? And he goes, tomorrow. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm in. So I packed it up, I brought Sergio with me, and we just went there. And I said, I'm just gonna go, enjoy myself. And if I can make a video for it, great. And if I can't, I can't.
Sure.
So I went in there and we were there for 2 days.
Okay.
And the first day I said, I'm gonna learn everything so that if I make a video the next day, I know what I'm talking about. I had such a blast. Literally looking at, number one, the first thing I noticed was the people that are sitting here with us are the people that move the world.
Oh, proper players.
I was like, oh, so this is the type of thing that Ferrari's protecting from everyone else. That's number one.
That's the club.
That's the club you want to belong to. Yeah. That's the club that every other car brand is trying to make and create with the 918 program, this program, the McLaren P1, the Ultimate Series. Like, yeah, they can go fuck themselves. This is the program that you want to be you want to be in.
For sure. And once you're in, you never want to leave.
No, it's worth. And I said it because they were selling a car and they were like, do you want to buy it? It's $10 million. And Ferrari has to prove you, right?
Sure.
I understand now why.
Okay.
I understand that now why.
And do you still think that you should be allowed to buy it?
No. I don't think I'm. No. I don't think I'm allowed. I don't think I should be allowed to buy it. I'm fucking nobody. But I'm saying, I still think spending those $10 million would have been the best money I've ever spent. You can make a right or a left.
I'm gonna make a right.
Okay. Spending those $10 million would have been the best investment of my life, and I'm gonna tell you why. Fun. You get to drive with the Ferrari drivers that teach you how to drive. Like, my friend knows how to drive like a monster. I had no idea that he could do shit like that. That's one. Two, you get to go all around the world pretending you're a Formula One driver and get treated as such, right? In that club. Three, the way that Ferrari treats their brand on that aspect, nobody else does. Nobody else does. It's purity.
Care, the customer,
it's purity for race car drivers that are not race car drivers, right?
Sure.
I love that. They make you feel like you have a huge dong and you don't. You know what I mean? They really do.
They make you feel like you're super legit.
Even I was there, I was like, I'm so rich. I'm the greatest driver in the world. Like, I even started to feel it. I was like, this is incredible. And 3 or 4, buying that car at $10 million would have been a great investment because off of one deal that you make with one of those power players, you're going to get those 10 million back and then some 80 times, dude. 80 times. So to me, that circle, that thing that Ferrari protects the most, which I didn't understand until I saw it and I experienced it, made me a believer. Made me I get why you're an astronaut.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly. Then you understand. 2 things that I'm going to pick up on there, what you just said. Firstly, the ability for Ferrari to make you feel like you're a hero no matter who you are.
Yes.
My favourite story is when I went to an event and Ferrari told me that you can tell how good a driver someone is by the Ferrari that Ferrari sell you, the F1 car that they sell you. So basically, the proper legit people who can drive get the F1 cars with no traction control.
Oh.
So if you have an early 2000s Ferrari F1 car, that means you can't drive. But of course, the early 2000s are Michael Schumacher cars. So the guys who can't drive think they're Ferrari's top customers because they're getting a Schumacher car. But actually, the guys who can drive know that they are the top customers because they got no traction control.
Get out of here.
How genius is that?
There was a guy there bragging about his Michael Schumacher car, dude.
That means he can't drive.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
mate, if you're watching.
I was so blown away. I was like, this dude must be incredible. See?
Well, the thing is, I would pick a Schumacher car, even if it made me, like, even if people thought I couldn't drive, I'd pick a Schumacher car.
History is something that you can't fucking buy.
That's exactly.
I mean, you can, but you can't.
You can and you can't. Exactly. And the other thing I want to pick you up on is this is my issue. I feel like you've gone in at the real top end of the Ferrari spectrum here. Your awakening has happened because you've been around the best of the best Ferraris.
Yeah, that FXXK is honestly the best example of a car that exists.
And for me, Ferrari is all about history.
Yeah.
heritage.
Yes.
Such as the 348 Spider.
Get the hell out of here!
Hey! As I said, this was one of the last cars that Enzo Ferrari helped to develop.
Well, and you gotta love the car too, because he's got all the things that every purist guy will say. It's got a manual transmission,
V8 engine.
naturally aspirated V8 engine. It's a gauge transmission. You have no assists, right? Of any sort
nothing
whatsoever.
Oh yeah, and there's no sport mode. There's no traction
nothing.
control settings. It's just a car. It's not a very good car. It's not a very quick car.
But it's something that Ferrari did back in the day that when we were kids meant so much to us. Just that alone, I understand the meaning of it. Come on.
It's
of
red.
Of course I do.
It's got a tan interior. It's, you know.
That's like traditional Ferrari. I always refused to buy one of those too when I had one. Because I had 4 Ferraris back in the day, and I never bought a red one.
Which I think is something that maybe your more recent audience might not have known, because you did go on a bit of a tirade around the whole like 488 thing.
Can I tell you what? I loved Ferrari back in the day. It was like the car. I said, my friend Rodrigo and I used to fight when we were kids. If I ever make it, I'm gonna buy a Lambo. No, I'm gonna buy a Ferrari. And I told him, you buy a Ferrari because that's the club you want to be a part of, right? You don't buy a Lambo, that's for douchebags. And to me I had my Ferraris, and to me, the Ferrari was my first supercar.
Okay.
Right? Like that was the first time I experienced.
Which was what?
I had a 430 Spider.
Okay, so you're used to the Ferrari roof down line.
Yeah, of course. And that too, it sounded like that.
No, what is that?
So I loved it for so long, and there was nothing really that could compare. I couldn't afford a $500,000 Lamborghini.
Sure.
That was way too expensive for me, right?
You could get
so the only car, it was that, or you can get a boring Porsche, which looked like every other Porsche, if you will. No, back then. Back then.
Yeah, no, back then. Now it's different.
No, because now the GT3 RS, like the new 911s, are the most beautiful cars, and also they're so different from each other, even though they're so alike.
Sure, I know you're not. I mean, they all look the same. Let's face it. But okay.
What do you mean?
Come on. I'm a big Porsche fan, but fundamentally, all 911s do look the same.
No. If you don't know what you're looking at, yeah. But if you know what you're looking at now, I think they look the most different than ever before.
Than ever before. I'm with you there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's good save.
So that's what I'm saying. The Ferrari was just that car that I could get that was crazy at that price, and I drove it, and it made the noise, and it felt like it was. I would lose traction all the time when I stepped on it. Traction control was not very good. It felt dangerous. It felt exciting, right? And then as the cars got better and better with everything, you realized, and I started putting these cars on the track, go, wait, this Ferrari really isn't that great of a sports car. This car is not great of a track car. Once you compare it to a McLaren, once you compare it to a Porsche, you start seeing where they stack up. And I got upset. I was like, how is this brand that sold me on having the best fucking everything not the best at anything? And that's where they lost me. And listen, I did the same with Lambo, because Lambo was doing stupid special editions. The Pirelli one. Yeah. I don't know how they didn't do a Red Bull
the Gallardo Italiano.
And it only had like 3 lines in it, and that's it. And I hated it. And I fucking gave him shit all the way until they came out with the Huracan and the Huracan Performante. That's when Lamborghini has made their best car, including the Evo right now.
Okay.
And the new ones that are coming out. So Lambo to me, okay, at that point I stubbed my tirade against Lambo and said, this is dope. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. No, you're so right, but I'm waiting for with the Ferrari thing.
With Ferrari's the Pista. The Pista's really calling my name.
So this is what, because I think you've come to Ferrari at an interesting time. I would argue, as a Ferrari purist, that actually I don't love the modern range of road cars.
Okay.
So I would actually say that I think that there have been better before. But obviously if you're coming to the market, Pista, arguably the best one out of the lot.
Well, now out of the new ones.
Out of the new ones.
Dude, if I'm buying a car, a Ferrari that says Ferrari, you're buying a 458 Speciale Aperta.
There we go.
That is the best Ferrari, most Ferrari ever made.
For sure.
Hands down, period.
Okay, why aren't you buying that?
Because I don't want to collect the car. I want something cool. I want something new. I'm a guy that loves technology. I enjoy every time something is better and better, and I like to swap to my technology fast.
And the difference of the interior between a 458 and a 488 is night and day.
Absolutely.
As an environment to be in.
Absolutely. And also how usable the car is, night and day, right? So I was really happy when they started to say, like, we're gonna make this better. And really, with the Pista, what they did and how fast that car is, I have not driven one, but all of my friends have told me that it's the craziest, fastest.
It's stupid.
I know.
It's stupid.
I know. So I feel like I would really enjoy a Pista. And now that they're coming out with the SF90,
Yeah.
and I can tell that Ferrari realized that they were just sleeping. This car makes me think that they realized that they were lacking, and they were, all right, we're ready. Here you go. Let's go.
I think their experience back in the day of a car like a 348 made them go, we never want that to happen again.
Ever again? Yeah.
We never want another 348. So now, as you say, they're reacting fast. Like, we've got cars coming left, right, and center. Okay, some of them are a little bit questionable, like the Monza SP1 and 2. Like,
Oh, but dude, that's just a fun car. To me, Ferrari there did what Ferrari should have done a long time ago. Make a beautiful car that you're going to charge a ton of money, make it limited for those people that can afford it within your club.
Sure.
And let them have a blast. That puts you in a different category compared to everybody else.
Fair enough. Okay.
Right? So I love that. And not for the reason that I love a McLaren Senna, but I love that because it stands alone in this really competitive market that it like changes all the time.
For sure, always. You're always chasing your tail, right? Every manufacturer is.
So now when they're saying, all right, we're ready to do hybrids, you know, they're going to come out with another smaller hybrid very soon too. And all of that good stuff that they're going to be doing shows me, all right, they care. They listen. They came back. I'm not saying they listened to me or to us or
Sure,
anything.
no,
Whoever was complaining, they listened to them. And now they're putting out great cars. To me, I can be a Ferrari fan again now. I started as a Ferrari fan when I started in the car world.
Okay, and you're making your way back.
And I'm making my way back. I don't look at myself like, oh, I know all of the history. I know all of this shit. No. But the car that really got me saying, I want to work my ass off so that one day I can live that dream, and that was a Ferrari. And that to me means so much more than random facts about random shit.
Fair enough. Well, I think you've just about proved that there's maybe some integrity to your new Ferrari. Because originally I was like, oh, he's just trying to get the next LaFerrari.
No.
That's what he's just buying. He's doing a Schmee. He's buying Ford. What's a Schmee buy? Ford Focus.
The Focus RS.
He's bought like 15 Focus RS to get a Ford GT.
No,
we all know it.
Every time I buy something, like when I did my Raptor as a project, everyone thinks that I'm trying to get a car from the manufacturer. I would love to get the car, but I know I'm Mexican, and that I'm not, and that I'm nothing compared to these super rich people. Okay. I'm here, I'm hustling every day, trying to make everything that I have bigger and better, and hopefully at some point I'll be one of those irreplaceable dudes that people need to be friends with or know. Then I'll be knocking on Ferrari's door and saying, now I deserve to have this car, now look at me. For now, I know I don't, and I'm fine with that. And I've always said, like with my Senna, I paid $500,000 over almost, because I know I don't belong on that club. I understand that I'm not the most important customer that those guys can have. I'm never feel entitled to that.
Hey, but it's not about, it's about making yourself feel special, getting the cars that you want to get.
That's what it is.
Treating yourself.
And I'm fortunate enough that I can afford, like, for example, right now that the LaFerraris are coming down, right?
Sure.
Like, within some stuff that I'm doing, I'm hoping like to buy some fun stuff like really soon. I'm waiting on a few things to release and all that stuff. But I want to buy myself some really nice toys, and one of them could be a LaFerrari because I can afford the over. I don't care. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now, everything comes at the right time in your life.
Sure.
I'm a big believer in that.
Okay.
Everything and anything. And to me, it just has to land at the right spot, right time for it to work. And if not, it'll catch up in flames.
That is a very good life motto. I feel like that should be on a wall somewhere.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like with the Senna, for example, I felt very happy, and I said, that's it. I've made it. I don't need anything. I lost like the interest for like finding out about new cars and all that stuff, because I had the one thing that I've always wanted to have.
Sure. And
when it burned down, I was like, all right, I'm going to be a little uncomfortable now. Let me figure out what the hell to do. And it brought me back to this, which to me, that meant you're not ready for this level of being happy with yourself. Okay. You got to keep doing more and more and more.
Keep churning. It's not the end. You got to keep climbing.
I feel great about that.
Yeah, it's like the Miley Cyrus song. It's the climb.
You don't even know that song.
Oh my God, are you a human being?
I'm a big Miley
It's a Hannah
fan.
Montana Day. Hannah
Oh,
Montana
I
Day.
never saw that.
Oh, it's a good film. Good film.
Because I'm Mexican.
Yeah, of course. Hannah Montana.
We didn't have Hannah Montana in Mexico.
Is that
We
Hannah
did.
Montana?
Hannah Montana, that's how you would pronounce it.
What would her? Is there a Mexican version of Hannah, like Hannanito?
No. It's just Hannah.
Hannah. Okay.
No, in Mexico, there's a lot of people named Hannah.
Oh, okay. No, it's good to know.
Like a J. Just in case if one day you see the name.
Yeah,
and
no.
you're
I
in
appreciate the
Mexico.
tip. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So I don't
Okay.
have a Ferrari appreciation out of nowhere. It was like, all right, these guys are doing this. And when I was there, obviously, I found out all the stuff that they were doing. I was like, there you go.
There it is.
Ferrari's
That's exactly
waking
it.
up. I'm happy. This is what I was waiting for. I'm not a troll for nothing. I like everyone to be better.
Sure. Fair enough. You're pushing them to improve themselves, and now they have. You can-
Always.
You're back
Always.
on
And
track.
and you know, I always, and also because I'm a customer and you're spending so much money, I feel like if I want to complain about something,
You can.
people might not be happy with it, and that's perfectly fine. We all have different opinions, but I fucking can, because I spent $500,000, $2 million, $3 million on your brand. I can tell you.
Okay. So the Pista's the one. After that, long story short, the Pista's the one.
Can I tell you why?
Go on.
Because I feel like the SF9 is going to take me like 2 years before I can get one.
Yeah, I think the SF9 is going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be hot for a little bit, like for 2 years.
Sure.
And then people will be able to buy them.
Yeah,
It's never going to depreciate. It's a
that's
production
the thing.
car.
But I worry. But then look at like it's never going to depreciate. But also, how high is it going to hold overs? Look at a TDF, for example.
Oh, they're coming down so hard.
They're coming down so hard. But then who's going to want to sell at that point? Because people are not going to go, oh, well, now it's got to sit on it for 10 years.
It's almost no, that's what I'm saying. Some people right now, it's getting closer to sticker.
But that's the thing. But what about the people who paid $1 million?
They're idiots.
For sure, but they're out there. But now
listen,
they're screwed.
They're idiots if they didn't expect to lose that money and enjoy the car. Like, for example,
Fair.
when I paid for the Senna and I said, like, this is a conscious decision about this, I don't care. I'm going to drive the shit out of it. In 2 weeks or 11 days, I put almost 500 miles on the car. This is going to be the car. I don't care if it's worth $20 after I'm done with it.
Okay.
I'm willing to lose that money. And
Sure.
I knew that going in. Those who bought it at 1.3 thinking that it was going to go up further and now they're in financial bankruptcy,
Yeah.
that's a huge mistake. Those
Huge
guys are the
mistake.
idiots I'm referring to.
For sure, fair enough.
This is where my Senna burnt down right here.
So this, I'm just gonna check these.
So if anything goes down, you just make it to the right, and you can burn the car there. They're welcoming us.
It's literally
It
here.
was literally right here. Yeah.